One of the issues, one of the problems is the euro's strength against the dollar, against emerging market currencies, etc. How much of an issue is this, and how much more euro strength do you see this year?
Good morning. It is a little bit of an issue, and that is represents a major reason why we have slightly trimmed our sales forecast, because we have seen a steady appreciation of the euro in the first half of the year, and we are pretty much exposed to the US dollar, so this hurts us a little bit, and also some, for us, important emerging market currencies are also weaker now. Going forward, we believe that while we have enjoyed some currency tailwind still in the first 6 months, that this will most probably change to a slight headwind in the next 6 months, and we believe that the overall FX impact on the top line will be more or less neutral in 2017. Further euro appreciation, of course, has a negative impact predominantly on the top line. On the bottom line, we are better hedged because we have also cost structures in US dollar denominated currencies, but we will manage it. I mean, this is part of our daily business to deal with currency fluctuations.
One of the things you also have to deal with is the volatility of the immuno-oncology market. We saw what it did to a competitor of yours last week. AstraZeneca lost $14 billion in market value in one day because of a slip in that area. Is it riskier now that you have to sort of rely more on Bavencio, because you're facing more challenges in liquid crystals with Rebif, etc.? Do you feel like the risk is higher right now?
Actually, to be very frank, I do not think that the risk profile of the overall immuno-oncology field has significantly changed in the last weeks or months. It is a learning that we have already since a longer period of time, that you cannot assume that if, let's say, a drug is working in one indication, it necessarily also work in any other indication or in all other indications. This is something what we have on our radar screen. When you look on our own performance in 2017, the development of the pipeline was very encouraging. We have received the first 2 approvals for Bavencio in Merkel cell carcinoma and urothelial carcinoma, and we have 9 phase 3 studies running. So overall, we are progressing nicely according to our strategic priorities. And please bear in mind, we are, in terms of healthcare pipeline, we are not only an Avelumab company. So we have also some other drugs in the pipeline, also in advanced clinical trials, which are very promising and which would add also a hedge to our pipeline. We are not just betting on Avelumab.
Marcus, good morning. It's Guy in London. You're making changes in the management team of the Material Sciences division. This is a division that is finding life tough because of Chinese competition. What does that new team need to deliver? What does it need to do to get back onto the front foot?
First of all, of course, we need to deal with a slightly changed situation, which is coming from more intense competition in China. That's for sure, and that is what we already said after the call post Q1. On the other hand, of course, we need to remain and get even closer to our Chinese customers, and we need to defend our technology leadership position in this industry. Please bear in mind, all of the current technologies that are in the market are coming from Merck, coming from us. It is on us now to prove that we are still the innovation leader, and we have some interesting new technology modes which are quite close to being launched. SAVA, one example, where we expect the launch still in this year. And we need to transport this message. And, of course, the management change underlines that we have delivered extraordinary performance over the last 10 years. But now we are switching, or we need also now a long-term perspective, and we believe that Kai Beckmann is the right person to give this perspective to the business.
Just very quickly, Marcus, the share price probably at its biggest discount to forward estimates or estimates from the analyst community at this point. You can see this on the ANR that we've got here at the moment, the yellow line here being your share price. What do you need to do to get the share price back up again? The story over the last few weeks has definitely been one of a downward trajectory and quite a fast one. Does that worry you?
Now, as management, you should be reluctant to comment on share price developments. I mean, we have, of course, seen the recent share price declines. I tend to believe that eventually the markets are a little bit overreacting, so we are not falling off a cliff. And if you do the math, the market capitalization loss we have experienced over the last couple of weeks would have actually mirrored basically a full eradication of our liquid crystals business, which is definitely not the case. So what we are going to do, we concentrate on delivering against our targets. We concentrate on stabilizing the business and performance materials, and this should be reflected in the mid to long term in a positive share price development again. And of course also, let's say, delivering on what we promised in the two other business sectors, which, by the way, have a very sound performance over the first 6 months.